All right, welcome race fans. We're live here again tonight, Watkins Glen International Speedway for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. The Cup Series here, some of the best that they have to offer here in these Cup high horsepowered monster machines. And they're about to do some left turns, right turns, uphill and downhill. We'll see all kinds of action going to happen here live tonight in the road course. Well, I'm Joe White. I'm up here in the booth and accompanied by Ethan and Kurtz. Ethan, how you doing?
Doing really well tonight. Looking forward to some good road course racing. My favorite track on the NASCAR circuit.
Absolutely. Definitely is here. I've only seen one other of the ones with the Sonoma. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be awesome to see. Watkins Glen is just a fun track in general. I've raced it many times and love it. So definitely ought to be interested in, we all know who we talk about, Jake putting it on pole. But last night was a thriller. Him and Eric Tesh, the Iceman from the Netherlands, boy, they had an epic battle. And Eric Tesh right there starting outside pole, along with one of the newcomers here, Ryan Cobb, who has been looking forward to this race all season long. And he's got a bad fast hot rod out there tonight, Ethan.
Yeah, he does. He's definitely one to watch tonight. He was fast in Atlanta last week, too. So 2 weeks in a row, he'll definitely be one to watch. Eric Tesk is also another one to watch here at these road courses. Lost by that much to Jake Nichols last night, looking to redeem himself and beat Jake tonight.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be interesting to see. A lot more power in these cars. You got to be a little bit more finessed with them. You can't manhandle them as much as you can, maybe like a truck or the Xfinity Series to do. You end up in the wall, spinning out somewhere. Obviously, no full course cautions here on this deal. Something we have to keep in mind. But we got this race, then we're off next week because iRacing doing their updates. Then we go to the short tracks of Richmond, which ought to be interesting because the mentality of drivers, they go from a road course to short track. What's that do to a driver there?
Well, those are two definitely physically demanding tracks. This one adds a little element that you wouldn't expect because we don't get breaks. Like you said, there's no full course cautions, so you never get to stop unless you're doing that 13-second pit stop. But other than that, you're all hands on deck all the time, and you're going to have to man the wheel around that short track next week.
Absolutely. Well, Mitchell, man, out there, this is ExtremeMotorsports99.com Cup Series here. These boys, man, are doing it Mason Weitzel's out there talking about Jake going down. Well, Mason's starting in 4th place, and he got that 99 machine out there looking good. He can definitely come around here. Got the SRA boys right behind him right there. Let's see where a couple more of his teammates out there Mason is. Tom Whitmore, he's starting in 13th out there. I look through the field here, see if we can't see anybody else. What's that? Mike Franklin, he's sitting 16th. So, yeah, definitely, man, right there. Hey, but Mason has turned the wick up this season. That's another one we had to look out for. Definitely pulled a thriller win off a couple weeks ago in the Xfinity car, and it was an awesome win for him there to punch his ticket in the chase. So keep an eye out for them. I mean, like I say, Ryan, you got that Corgi team. And you know what the Corgi is, right, Ethan?
The dog, right?
That dog, that's right. They told me what the Corgi, they made it stand for. I forgot what it was.
Something about coming out of retirement or something?
Yeah, coming out of retirement for iRacing or something. Coming out of retirement for gaming and iRacing. Something like that's what they told me it was. But Corgi, they do stand for the dog. But which I never knew what Corgi the dog was. And Mason out there said 4 wide in turn 1 and driving the lug nuts off of it. That's right. That was awesome, man, to see him coming out of the turn there doing that. I don't think we're going to see too much 4 wide action coming out of turns here, because if we do, that could end up disastrous as we're getting set here to grid these boys up here. So let's get through the grid, because on pole, we call him the Superman, Jake Nichols. He's out front. Beside him, and though, that's the man got ice running through his veins. The Iceman from the Neverlands. Eric Tesh starting in 2nd, 3rd place. A newcomer there, Ryan Cobb. He's got his Corgi team right there, and he says he might be the road course ringer tonight, starting 3rd. Mason Weitzel, though, says, hey, look out. I got a bad, fast, hot rod sitting in 4th. 5th place, there's the Nightmare Man himself. He says, hey, y'all guys up front might be fast. I'm about to scare y'all off the track. Starting 5th, David Shutt. 6th place man, Bryce Senesack, 7th. There he is, Mr. Consistency, Bobby Cheney, starting in 7th. Steve Landry, he's right there in 8th. I think he's part of the Corgi team, if I'm not mistaken. And Dylan Landry, that's the other one right there on the Corgi team, starting in 9th. And round out the top 10, there he is, Mr. Showstopper himself, Delonte Ballard. That rounds out the top 10s. We look through here. It's a who's who of names here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com and iRacing in general, Ethan, as these guys out here just put down some awesome bad fast lap after lap.
Yes, sir. And going back to Atlanta last week, had one of those classic Atlanta finishes, as Larry McReynolds likes to say, 3 wide at the line. Mason Witzel beating Jake Nichols and Cameron Hearn. And speaking of Cameron Hearn, I don't see him in the field this week. That's going to be a big hit for him in the point standings. He was currently sitting 3rd, but that's going to be big if he isn't here, like I think he's not.
I don't see him out there. I agree with you right there. I do not see Cameron Hearn, the man who, like you said, is definitely one who could show up at any time and put down some awesome times out here. It's going to be interesting to see. The pace of this race, pretty much, road course stuff here, it's almost, you run your own race. Don't get me wrong, you race other guys throughout the whole entire race. But road racing, you really kind of just racing the track. You want to get in a rhythm here and hit your marks lap after lap. Now, obviously, if you got somebody on your tailgate pushing you, they're hoping you make a mistake. We saw, like I say, the epic battle last night with Eric and Jake. I mean, and it basically came down to a mistake that one of the each had to make before they were able to make the pass on each other.
Yeah, none of them really made a big mistake that I saw, but they were just able to hang right with each other and definitely made it a good race.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, pace car's going to lead these guys around here one time. Got that Porsche pace car out here because that's fitting for a road course. As we're looking right here with Ryan Cobb sitting with his Jake and Eric up there. And I know these guys are going to be wanting. Here's the thing: when you deal, and everybody says, "Well, yeah, Joe, man, you speak of Jake. Well, the guy's just fast and he's up front a lot." But here's the strategy on it. And I think this is the one way to really keep him back there is get in front of him. Make him work the track and work you out around this place. Make him try to figure out a way. Throw him off of his game up there. And I think Eric Tesh and Ryan Cobb and all them up there are going to try to do that. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, it is. And I hang out with Jake a lot. I'm good friends with him, and he's definitely one to beat. Even if he's behind you, he likes to find a way to get around you. And he likes the challenge, and he's definitely going to be looking for one with Eric and Ryan and Witzel tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Like I said, you got old Witzel right there, man. He's looking good, sitting in the 4th place spot. So here we go. Pace cars bringing them up to the second to the last turn here. Gonna bring them around slow pace. Like I said, when this thing hammers down the gears, you're gonna see these guys head off into turn 1. They're all gonna be stacked up. A couple things we'll mention throughout the race. Brakes is the biggest thing here. Guys have got to be careful because brake fade becomes a problem. Brake BIOS is definitely very important here. You'll see them guys starting to get very red as here comes the pace car, Ethan. We're getting set to go green flag racing. Watkins Glen style for ExtremeMotorsports99.com. Pace cars coming out of last turn. Ducks off on pit road. And it's going to send these boys a screaming. Here we go. They hammer through the gears. They're heading into turn number 1. They still will be stacked up 2 by 2, side by side into turn 1. They almost look 3 wide coming into that turn. And oh, Eric Tesh is around. Is that Eric? Yep.
Yeah,
Eric was around. Oh, already. Let's go back on the replay there and see what happened. Boy, fast and furious action. But coming into turn 1, we saw it there, Ethan. Eric Tesh went around. So let's see if we can't get a good eye on what happened. They went in there. Oh, Mason Weitzelman locked the tires up, got right up into the 96, spun him around just like that. That's something else you got to look at. Going into the turns, hot and heavy. Definitely something, man, that you got to be very careful on.
Yeah, it looked like Mason was trying to keep his promise with going forward in turn 1. He looked to make it 3 and missed the corner a little bit. Got the brakes locked up. Had a little bit of contact from David Shutt, it looked like, and that's what sent him into Eric Tesh.
No doubt about it. Jake's still out front. Got Ryan Cobb right there in second, following along. David Shutt sitting in 3rd. Mason Weitzel still right there in 4th. They got a little fanned out up front here, though, due to that little incident. Now, Mason's got some damage on the back end of that car. Could hinder him through this race as far as aerodynamics goes, handling. Now, that's another thing about this place. Even though it is a fixed setup, handling is very, very important. Tire wear, how you hit your marks, how everything is loaded on this car. Now, road racing definitely is more of a science than anything.
Yes, sir. And most people, if they know a lot about racing, or at least a little bit, they'll realize, well, it's the back spoiler. What does that matter? We're not in an oval. That's when the dynamics really matter. We have 2 decently long straightaways here. The front stretch coming out of turn 7, and then the back stretch coming out of the S's. And that'll definitely hinder your top speed and affect the way you drive the corners following those straightaways.
Well, you got to look at downforce too here, going through those turns. You want that thing to settle down and give you all the traction in the back end coming off the turn too. That's the biggest thing with those wings and everything there. So if it's not straight, good battle going on here between Bryce Senesac and Delonte Ballard for 9th and 10th. So we're all the way back here. I think we're 7th all the way back. They're about nose to tail on top of each other, trying to get fanned out as we're here at lap number 3 of 54. There's 2 things out there. And you know, Ethan, there are no cautions. We got a car on the wall. That's Nick Hunt back there.
And he's getting it going now. We'll go back and see what happened there.
Yeah.
A couple of wrecks early here. That's not what you want to see. It looks like, I believe he's just missed the corner. It sounds like there might be trouble for that 77.
Yeah, let's see. 0-0 coming out of the last turn there. Came out of the turn, and that thing just spun the tires on him. Probably went right back into the gear, got back on the gas, and looped around right into the wall. Unfortunate for old Nick right there that he got into the wall. Hate to see that, man, on his end. That's going to put him way, way back down. Yeah, the 77, you talking about Ariotti? Yeah, he's a little banged up too.
Yeah, it looked like it was a scary incident. I don't know what happened. Eric Tesh was involved there, dove it off into turn 1. I don't know if he was just braking way later and missed the corner, or if his brakes locked up or something like that. And The 96 just dove it into the corner. I don't think Aria's expecting him to be there. I don't think they made any contact, but definitely a scary moment for both drivers.
All right, they come out of turn one. They're side by side coming up the hill here. They're still side by side on the hill watching the replay. Let's see what happened to them here between Ariati and the 96 there of Eric Tesh. They're battling each other coming down the short street here to head to the bus stop. No damage on those cars yet. Let's see what happens.
It looked like out of turn one on lap 3, they made a little bit of contact there as well. I don't know if they made any contact going in, but definitely door checked each other coming out of turn one.
Ah, okay. I hate to see that, man, on their end. Definitely something we have to keep up with all the action going on around this track. Obviously, we don't have any, we don't got any cautions, so we got to keep up with all this stuff going on. But Eric has been on the battle back up to 11th right now. Jeffrey Applegren, he's right there, man, looking good in the 12th place spot. Ariati makes it around him as they head off into the turn. And to the carousel style turn. And you got the 154 Nick Northrop out here also. So some good racing going on back here in the backside.
It is, and Jake Nichols continues to extend his lead over 2 seconds now, 2.5 that time. Looked like he gained about 7/10 on Ryan Cobb, but definitely going to be some good battles throughout the field tonight, especially after pit stops and we see who gets cycled out with who.
No doubt about it. Coming across the line, Tyler Siffert's going door to door right there with the man in the 82 machine and Mike Franklin. They head off into turn one. They still will take it neck and neck. Got to be very careful coming through that turn like that. Whoa, Tyler Siffert takes it high and wide, slides a little bit. Mike Franklin takes that spot along with him.
He does, and it's just a tough track, and you have to be all hands on deck at all times, especially out of this S right here. The right-hander coming down to the backstretch gets so loose sometimes there, at least in the Xfinity car. I haven't had a lot of practice in the Cup car lately, but this track is just so dangerous at all corners.
Absolutely. Nick Northrop right there, man, on the tail of Ariati out here. 2 SRA guys right there riding along with each other. As we see old Vern Bradley up there, he's in the 11th place spot. Eric Tesh back up in the 10th. You got old Delonte up there. In front of him, Bryce Senesac still trying to work on Stephen Landry as they come out of the last turn here. Come across the line, Stephen has almost spun the tires just a little bit coming out of that turn.
Yeah, that's definitely also one of the most dangerous corners besides coming out of that S. You're just so slow there and you hit the gas quickly because you want to get fast onto that straightaway, get a lot of exit speed. And that's just such a dangerous corner with the rumble strip there and the way the banking is.
Yeah, and these guys are just filling out everything they need to fill out right now. Actually, look at that Tom Whitmore. He's up to 6th place already. Looking good. And so he's looking at that old Dre broadcast machine out there. And Dylan Landry looking very good, sitting in 5th. Bobby Cheney hit the Hooters mobile out there. Switch it up. Nice looking paint job on that thing, by the way.
I believe that's second week in a row. I think he ran that in Atlanta as well. It's definitely a good looking paint scheme. Chase Elliott's for next year looks good right now.
Yeah, no doubt. They definitely have to start sporting it out. And I've always said, whoever came up with that company name, he's a marketing genius. That's all I got to say. Well, David Shutt still in 3rd. He's all tore up in the front nose of that machine. Wow, don't know what happened to him on there. But he's still definitely, you know, he's closing in on Ryan Cobb right there. So we might have a battle for 2nd spot here soon as Ryan's holding his own in 2nd. Now, is Jake still out front, man, you know, walking away a little bit here? We'll just have to see how the race comes to him. Because, you know, right now, time-wise, not too bad. The top 3 guys, they're all in the 111s. You go back there at 4th place on back, they're all in the 112s, and you got some 113s. And Ethan, we're about to have a battle here. Look at David Shutt. He's all over Ryan Cobb right now. Hey, even with a tore up front end, well, he's about to scare the life right out of man Ryan. Did you die on me over there, man?
No, sorry, I was getting a little bit of an ice cream delivery, but David Shutt closed in about 6/10 that lap on Ryan Cobb, and he's definitely going to look for the 2nd place here, maybe sometime this lap.
Ice cream? Wait a minute, what do you mean ice cream? Man, I thought back to the days of Thunder. Look, we ain't got time for ice cream. Wow.
Well, I know David Shutt doesn't, the way he wheeled that thing into turn one and stole that spot from Ryan Cobb.
Yes, he did. Pulled that thing on the inside, went down there and took the spot away. Even with a damaged car on the front, he's looking very bad fast out there right now. As he pulls it up in the second, Ryan Cobb sitting right there in third, looking very good. Jake out front. And you got Bobby Chaney sitting in fourth. So, hey, the SRA guys have come here to play tonight. They said, man, well, look, Sim Racing Authority. We definitely come out here with authority. But the Corgi team, don't count them out. You got Ryan Cobb in third, Dylan Landry right there in fifth. And then you also got some of the Law Dog guys right there. Tom Whitmore, Bryce Senesack, and another Corgi guy, man, in the top 10 there, Steve Landry. And another SRA guys in 10th, and Eric Tess rounding out the 9th place spot.
And Eric's definitely done quick work making, getting through the field and trying to get back up and battling for the lead. And David Shutt looks to be pulling away from Ryan Cobb now as we get later and later into this race.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Eric Tess, he's trying to get back up there. There's a little contact early on, got him man behind. And he's definitely got a bad fast hot rod. And when I say bad fast, he's not that much off of what Jake's times are. Jake ran a 1:11.254. Eric ran a 1:12 that last time. So, but I think he ran a 1:11 remember time before. So he's not too far off and trying to come through the field. Problem is you got to set these guys up here in the road racing. Road racing is one of those that you just can't go out there and bully yourself by, or you're going to get yourself in trouble.
Yeah, you are, and it's really, you said it earlier before we went live, it's a work of art, the way you have to set up these guys and not wreck yourself and not wreck them and keep it clean for the 54 laps we're out here.
Yep, no doubt. Well, that's another thing, pit stops. Now, these guys, man, are probably going to have to make 2. Last night they were able to do it off of 1. You know, I was talking to some of the drivers, they were mentioning the fact maybe 25 laps they could go. Not enough, 54 laps here, so you're definitely going to have to do 2 laps around this place, or 2 pit stops around this place.
Yeah, ever since I joined last year, I'm in my 3rd season in the Xfinity Series, which is the longest running series I've been a part of, and every time we've come to Extreme, it's always been a fuel line race, especially in the Cup Series. It hasn't been as much in the Xfinity Series, but in the Cup Series, it's definitely been who can save what, and it's always been just a battle to save fuel and to see who can make it on one stop every time.
Absolutely. Well, Sonny, I'll tell you out there, one, this is iracing.com. Go to iracing.com. Yes, it is a subscription side. Some leagues out there charge, some leagues don't. I think there's a small fee to get involved here at extrememotorsports99.com. You can look them up on their website, extrememotorsports99.com. Check them out there. That's the league. So first and foremost, you get involved with iracing.com. Get up there, they find you a good league, like here at extrememotorsports99.com. You know, sign up, and then get out here racing. Get your wheel, man, get your rig. This is the closest thing you're going to get to real style racing out here. These guys, man, definitely are some of the best here in the Cup Series that even iRacing has to offer. We got a good battle. Eric Tess on the inside. Bryce Senesack takes that spot away. Now, that's a passing zone right there going into turn 1. Good place to set a guy up and make a pass.
Yeah, it is. That's one of the 2 or 3 passing zones I can think of that are going to be ones to watch for this race. Another one we're coming up on right now, the bus stop or the carousel, depending on what series you're talking about. I believe IMSA likes to use carousel more, and NASCAR will use bus stop. This carousel, which comes after this bus stop, is a really good passing zone too, as you see Tess looking to pass Tom Whitmore now, and we're coming up on the last one I can think of, and that's going to be turn 7, the final turn. This is turn 6 here. It's a left-hander, and then 2 90-degree turns right back-to-back, left-hander and then a right-hander, and this corner right here is definitely one of the final passing zones on the circuit.
Absolutely. That's a last turn here coming out where you can make a passing zone heading off into turn 1. Yeah, I call it the bus stop, and then I say carousel right afterwards. Call it a short shoot, man. Short straightaway heading off to the bus stop. Coming into turn 1, you see Eric Tess overtakes Tom Whitmore. Tom Whitmore's around, didn't hit anything, looped it. Well, he tried to hold on to it coming out of turn 1, and that thing just stepped sideways on him.
He did a nice job not hitting anything rolling backwards for that little front stretch, or that little straightaway there after turn 1, and doing a little spin around there and getting back going. Lost a lot of time, and he's going to look to regain that now.
No doubt about it. Dropped him back to 10th place right there. Nick Northrup, he's right behind him, sitting in 11th. Ariotti there in 12th. As these guys, man, are definitely getting a little fanned out a little bit. Jake right now, though, still out front, man, leading this one. He's got a 7.9 second lead. Now, there's two things we need to talk about here on the road racing real quick. In oval side, you know, tenths, and if you're a second ahead or whatnot, well, it can mean like an eternity. On roadside stuff, though, you're going to be 2 tenths or 3, 2 seconds, 3 seconds ahead. But that could be only mean 1 turn. You make a mistake in 1 turn, and that could just be all gobbled up in just that quick. So it's really not that far ahead, because any mistake we just saw with Tom there can be disastrous at a road course.
Oh, yeah. And if we're at an oval like at Atlanta last week, or I believe it's Richmond we're going to next week, if there's a guy 2 tenths, 3 tenths behind me, I'm not that worried. He can dive it off into the corner, but he'll most likely miss it if he does that. Here, the track is all momentum based, and if they can carry the momentum and make the corner, they definitely will be on your bumper just like that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We saw Ariotti going to turn 1 right there and almost stepped that thing sideways. Kept a hold of it, though. But again, that let Mike Franklin pull up there as they head through the bus stop here. And what to say, we're going through the carousel there. The 7 of Tyler Sifford's on the back deck, lit at the 82 as they come out of that long sweeping right-hander. And they're going to come short and flying out of that thing. Might be a good battle going on right here for that actual 13th and 14th spot.
Yes, it is. I'm going to be a little bit biased towards Tyler Sifford. I'm good friends with him. I also threw together that paint scheme really quickly for him. But definitely good battle going on right here between Barry, Mike, and Tyler. Tyler getting a little loose there out of 7.
Yeah, he did, and so did Tom Whitmore. Came out of the last turn there. He kicked that thing around, best drift job, so it looks like he's having his hands full. That Dre Broadcast Network machine out there, Tom, as they head up to, I call it the hill, the S's, up the hill very fast S-wise, very momentum styles. You come flying up through that hill in the S turns. There, coming down through the short chute, heading into the bus stop. But we got 41 to go here. And the thing about it is, we talk about pit stops. When do you start thinking about it? 20 laps in, maybe I don't know. Take it to the 25 lap mark. Do you short pit the first time around, then let it go long, or do you go long and then short pit down the second time?
I'm starting to look at when to pit around lap 19, 20-ish. See if I can make it to 22 or 23. That way I'm cutting the race directly in half. If I'm not leading, I'm going to see what the top 5 or so do and follow what they're going to do. Maybe pit a lap before them and try to get that short pit. But it varies. The strategy is going to vary here. We see the one of David Shutt and the 77 of Ariotti pit this time.
Yeah, well, I just noticed the one of David Shutt smoking heavily. That car, man, that engine's almost just to go bye-bye on him. Hate to see that because he was up in the 2nd spot there for a while, doing very, very well. Just hate to see, man, he's just having a bad day. Definitely some good racing here, man, road course style. You got to appreciate the etiquette here, road racing. It's a lot different than oval. And look who's back up to 3rd. That's Eric Test, Iceman from the Neverlands. Already powered his way back up to 3rd, and it's 21 seconds back, but that was due because he got, caught up in a lot of the incidents and whatnot. And, also the fact is Jake's man got a 9-second stranglehold over 2nd place Ryan Cobb right now, who's doing a phenomenal job. He was looking forward to this race. And he's got one of his title sponsors. It's UIT, I believe it is, or something on there, but he's also got Rick Motec. Rick Motec is the title sponsor for the roadside here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com, and they do a fantastic job over there. If you like road racing, Ethan, I'm going to tell you, some of them boys over there, they some bad, fast cats.
That is, sorry, It's I believe it's University of Central Florida on Ryan Cobb's car. If that's who you're talking about. I'm listening to the in car of David Shutt right now. It sounds like he lost fourth gear. Oh. It sounds like he's just riding in third gear right now, down the backstretch on that 14 right now. But he's not upshifting to fourth. He's running on the inside, so it almost sounds and looks like he missed fourth. He's gonna skip the bus stop and take that time penalty, but definitely think he is missing fourth gear or something.
Wow, hate to see that too, because it was smoking heavily coming in. Well, Michael Knight out there, I'll tell you this, Jake did get, obviously the win last night, but it was a thriller of a win. Different car, different beast. I'm going to go ahead and tell you some history here, though, of that man Jake out there real quick. Since I've been broadcasting now here at ExtremeMotorsports99.com, since I've been here for well over a year, he's not been beat at Watkins Glen when it comes to the Cup car. So, I don't really think it, because, this is only his first season running the Xfinity Series. So he normally comes out here, Watkins Glen, without that one night extra being on the track and comes and runs this well. So, yeah, the practice was nice, but I really just got to say, doesn't really mean a lot because the performance he's putting on, it's nothing short of phenomenal. And, kind of just something he's done all along.
He takes pride in being fast here. He always makes sure we know in his TeamSpeak channel that this is the only track he is still undefeated at, actually, and that streak continued into last night. And 3 out of the 3 races I believe he's running in the series. Maybe it's 4 out of 4 now, I believe.
Yeah.
He's won at Watkins Glen.
Let's see. 1, 2. Yeah, 4 out of 4. Yeah, you're right. It's 4 out of 4. And you're right. This is the one, pretty much the one sole track here, I believe, that he is definitely undefeated at. And, we're not taking anything away from anybody else out there because, like I say, Ryan Cobb stepping up here doing a fantastic job in second spot at any given time. Hey, Jake's got to hit his marks just like anybody else. If he goes out there and makes a mistake, gets caught up in a wreck, maybe a lap car trying to go around one, yeah, you know and I know, Ethan, disaster can happen at any turn, especially when you're downshifting, upshifting around these tracks. So concentration is the utmost important thing for any driver.
Well, it sounds like 99 in a little bit of trouble on pit road.
99, Mason Weitzel. Well, he got into him and Eric Tesh got in each other going into turn 1, beginning of the race. So hate to see, man, Mason Weitzel. He's all the way back to 17th right now. I got a good battle going on here for 4th, 5th, and 6th. You actually got Dylan Landry, Bryce Stinson. Oh, the 59. That was James Thorndike. I don't know what in the world happened, but let's go back and watch it again. That car just went sideways and rode the wall there. I don't know if you got a shot at that or not. What's going on, Lopez, out there? How you doing? Let's watch it one time.
A little bit of interesting info I heard over the driver chatter there.
Yeah.
Mason Witzel claimed it was on purpose, and then the 27 spun him out again on pit road. And I might believe Witzel on that one. That looked intentional.
Okay, you're on a different incident than what I'm seeing. I just saw one between James Thorndike. That's what I'm saying, folks. We were trying to keep up with everything that's going on here. No cautions out here. So you're saying Mason got into car got into Mason, and they're out there, just typical, we got green flag pit stops going on too, by the way. But just typical, hard racing guys out there. Definitely, man, having tempers are going to flare. That's just one of those deals in racing. These guys out here, they get mad at each other, and rightfully so. They come out here to compete, and they're definitely hard chargers. I mean, that's the name of the game.
I know we're in booth and we don't like to speculate, but it was between the 99 Mason Witzel and the 27 of Michael Mueller, and looked like Mueller was coming to pit. He realized Witzel was coming behind him, and he turned left. I don't know. It sounded like it was intentional because on the radio, Witzel claimed he got wrecked on purpose, and then Mueller said he did the same thing to him last week, and then Mueller proceeded to disconnect. So I don't want to put anything out there, but that certainly seems intentional.
Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes you get caught like it is on it, and now you've got privy to listening to the chat of the drivers and all. I have mine off because, you know, some of the stuff that comes over there, definitely not appropriate enough to bring on the broadcast. But either way, hate to see it. You know, puts Mason Weitzel, man, back in 19th, one lap down. Had a good, fast ride out there. You know, some guys love these road races, and some guys don't. You know, I kind of was like, man, even though I've run a lot of road races, don't mind them. They are fun. But, man, they can be a handful from time to time. So some guys really enjoy them. Some guys don't. And Bryce Senesac made a pass on Dylan Landry there, and that's actually for the 5th place spot.
Yeah, I'm one of those ones that enjoys them, but it's not about me. It's about these 24 drivers that are out in the field right now.
Absolutely.
Sounds like a interesting breaking points are being talked about in the chat a little bit.
Well, that's something we hadn't talked about.
Yeah, breaking points are very big, I believe. Yeah, breaking points are very big, depending on the driver. They'll change. Some drivers will break later than others. Some will break earlier, slow in, fast out. It's the mentality is big about that too, and breaking points matter more at road courses than any other track, in my opinion.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, let's you know, Stephen Landry right here. Something got a good side shot here, view of his car. Watch the rotors on this thing. When he gets heavy on the binders going in, you're going to see them glow red. That's something. Brake fade is another thing we talk about. Road racing, it's most notably in, and you can see that thing, man, just go cherry red going through the bus stop as it gets heavy on them. But brake fade over the course of a race, what it is basically that car just won't stop. You have to put more and more brake being put, or actually start backing off your turns a lot more in order to get the thing to slow down going through the turns. Now, usually oval track wise, really the oval track wise that you have to worry about that is maybe something like a Martinsville, maybe a Bristol, somewhere where you use heavy brakes going into the turn. Most time 1.5 miles. We don't talk about, you know, brake fade all that much.
Yeah, and road courses you'll see it a lot, and then like you said, short tracks. It's cool to see brake rotors glow in iracing. I think that's really cool. But yeah, brake fade is a thing, a very dangerous thing. We don't have brake failures like we do in real life, thankfully. That would be really bad sometimes, but
it would be cool though. That would be cool. Now all of a sudden you go in there, man, brake pad fall off.
Yeah, that'd be unfortunate. Just stop working like they do in a lot of road tracks sometimes. Dave Nichols getting a little loose out of turn 7 there.
Well, see, you know, you talked about that, you know, losing brakes, you know, in real life in the NASCAR. That's one thing they worry about. Going into turn 1, mostly, they're carrying so much speed and have to get so heavy on the binders. A lot of them guys, that car just keeps going straight, just does not stop. We've seen it many times. A guy hits those, hits that wall very hard in real NASCAR. So, yeah, that would be something else in here that definitely these guys would have to worry about. Don't have to worry about it to that extent, but they do have to worry about the fact of you can feel it over the course of a race. The car just not stopping like it used to.
Yeah, definitely not. It's a very scary feeling when you hit the brakes and you got to pump it a little more than normal to get it to turn, but
absolutely.
I'd watch for Jake Nichols to pit here soon. Maybe not this lap. Maybe this lap. Definitely soon.
He just pitted.
Oh, you already pitted?
Yeah, he already pitted once.
And he came out with the lead?
Yeah, well, he had like a 15-second lead over Ryan Cobb there, but Ryan didn't make his pit stop when Jake did. He stayed out on the track, but everybody's made one pit stop already. The only one that's made 2 is Mason Weitzel, which the reason being is, you know, he got caught up in an incident. But yeah, everybody's made one pit stop so far.
I completely missed that. I completely missed that.
yeah. So I'm going to pit road, and Ryan stayed on out. So definitely, man, it's one of them things. But everybody's made a pit stop, at least one. But again, they're going to have to make another one. So what do? I think if my memory serves me right, last time, I don't think anybody took tires the last time. They just came in and splashed the fuel just enough to make it to the end here. So I don't know if tires was one of those things, because we do have 31 to go. So folks, they're still going to have to make, well, they can't go 31 laps on anything. They probably could go on tires, but it's going to be a close one too. Fuel, definitely not.
I would be very shocked if the driver doesn't take tires. I'm watching back the replay. Jake definitely took 4 tires. Yeah, I don't think you're going to gain as much as you should, or I don't think you gain enough to really benefit from taking no tires. And it's a road course, but tires are definitely important because you don't want to be slipping and sliding all the way around the track. You want to have that grip, especially out of turn, like I said, turns 1 and turn 7.
Absolutely. Well, we got a good battle going on here for 4th and 5th. Man, that's old Bobby Cheney right there himself, Mr. Consistency out there from the SRA guys. Got Bryce Sinasac on his back deck lid and just following him all around his track to come out of the last turn. He's going to maybe try to look on the inside coming into turn 1. See if he can't make that pass on him. Not quite close enough to get it done. Well, as I say that, he's probably going to dive it down in there, though. As they'll go door to door, he almost slid up and then banged each other there a little bit coming out of the turn. But look at that. Bobby Cheney's going to run him side by side up the hill.
And good racing going on right here for 4th place. It looks like Bryce Sinisek is going to clear him out of this S. Oh, maybe not. Bobby Cheney sticking strong on the outside. I'm very surprised by that as they're going to come into the bus stop here.
Yeah, they're going to have to square that off coming into the bus stop there, because going through there side by side is a disaster waiting to happen. As old Bryce made that pass on him right there, had the preferred line going into the bus stop and that braking point, and now they're coming out of that turn. So good battle there for the 4th and 5th place spot, as you saw Bobby Cheney hanging on to that thing. As like we say, Eric's still out front, Ryan Cobb sitting right there in 2nd, Eric Tesh in 3rd, Bryce now up to 4th, Bobby Cheney up to 5th, Dylan Landry the 6th, Delonte Ballard sitting in 7th. Nick Northrup sitting in 8th. And old Tom Whitmore back up to 9th. And Stephen Landry, he's rounds out the top 10.
It's a lot of great drivers here, and we can't put down Ariati and Tyler Shifford on 11th and 12th. And everybody else running 13th through 24th. I mean, these guys are talented, and like you say, some of the best that iracing has to offer.
Absolutely. Definitely some of the guys out here, man, are definitely the best of the best. Delonte Ballard's got Nick Northrup right there all over his back deck lid. That's a battle for actually 6 and 7 as they come out of the hill down the short chute heading to the bus stop. Let's see if old Nick Northrup tries to dive down the inside of him heading in there. Can't quite get close enough to get it done as they shoot through the bus stop. And they'll come out of there and they'll come through the carousel here, take that away long right-hander, and he is still all over his back end.
Now Tyler Sifford definitely looking to get by Ariati. That would be a big confidence booster for Sifford. He's a great driver. Like I said, don't put anything against him. I know his girlfriend's out there in chat. I don't want her to beat me up, but he's a great driver. But Ariati is one of the best here in this league and on iRacing, and it'd definitely be a big confidence booster if you could get around him.
Well, I'm watching also Tom Whitmore out there, and is probably making some of the most exciting moves in the car. Not really, battling anyone, but he has got his hands full with an evil demon machine out there in that number 6. Every turn he goes into, things wanting to step out from under him and just, man, ride around like a Bronco bull. I think right behind him, though, Stephen Landry in the 66 machines there, trying to wait to see if he can't pounce on him a little bit as they come out down the short chute here. And like you said, behind him, Ariati and Tyler Sifford still battling it out. And also in front of him, you still got Delonte Ballard and Nick Northrup battling it out.
So sorry, I was listening to some strange noises I think are going on outside my house. I'll have to check that out in a second.
Got the boogeyman happening out there?
Yeah, dude.
He's trying to get you ice cream, that's what it is.
Oh, okay, then I'll be right back.
Yeah, yeah. He says, wait a minute, that can't be happening, man. Look, I ain't having no ice cream thieves happening at the house. Forget about that. Sorry about that, folks, man. I got so excited, man, over ice cream and everything else going on the track. I yanked my headset off my head there. I couldn't hear nothing. Oh, I love it. That's what we do, man. We have fun here at OSR Network. Well, appreciate everybody coming out and watching this awesome, man, road course racing action here at Watkins Glen International Speedway. That's right, for ExtremeMotorsports99.com Cup Series. These guys, man, are definitely putting on an awesome show. Seeing a good battle going on here, actually, for the 7th and 8th place spot, respectively, as they're actually there at nose to tail. That's Delonte Ballard, Nick Northrup battling it out a little bit there. And Ethan, he's up in the booth. He's worried about, man, the ice cream serial killer at his house over there, or burglar, ice cream burglar, whichever one you want to call him. So he's kind of scared of that.
It's a serious problem, okay?
Hey, it would be if they'd be kind of come up over my joint, man, and try to steal my ice cream or my pizzas. Now, that just ain't happening.
And I think this battle between Nick Northrup and Delonte Ballard is definitely going to be a good one. Teammates in the same TeamSpeak channel and ran over together at SRA. Good friends, so that should be a good, clean, but hard battle.
No doubt. Well, still got a good battle here between Ariotti and Tyler Sifford. They're still locked up right there, nose to tail. Coming out over it, we got old John Marine up there joining us here. Got 26 laps to go here at Watkins Glen. It's been a good one. Obviously, one of fast-paced style races, which is due to the fact we don't have full course cautions, and most notably, a couple guys, man, got caught up into trouble. Mason Weitzel caught up in trouble. He's been able to battle back up to 15th place right now. Eric Terrace got involved with Mason there in the first turn, first lap, starting this race. Got spun, got pulled way back, but he's battled himself back up to 3rd place right now. And let's see, most notably also out there, David Shutt blowing up. He's back in 23rd, but unfortunately not the night he wanted. Vern Bradley back there. Shaquille Ray. Now, we always call him the Shaquille O'Neal type right there. One of the Corgi guys, he's back in 20th place right now.
Yeah, John, you're right out there in chat. Now tonight, I think it's time for the OSR and rundown. I don't know if you already did that. I heard you talking about people.
Well, we can do it. We can do the rundown order. I hadn't done an official rundown. I was just running through the field just a little bit, watching guys. But that's right. Let's give it to them, man. The OSR Network rundown order here. That's the man out front right now. We call him the Superman of the series here, Jake Nichols. He put it on pole tonight. Currently out front right now in that 73 machine. Sitting in second, newcomer here, Ryan Cobb. He's bringing his Knights machine with the Rick Motec on the side there. Started 3rd, sitting in second there. He's one of the road course ringers guys here, Ryan Cobb. 3rd place man, we know him by the Iceman for the Neverlands, Eric Tesh. Pulling off an awesome, man, battle last night with Jake. Definitely knows how to get around these road courses himself. Sitting there in 3rd. 4th place man, Bryce Senesac, looking good there in his 09 machine. 5th place, got the Hooters mobile. Call him actually Mr. Consistency, Bobby Cheney himself, sitting in 5th. 6th place, there you go, the other Corgi team member, Dylan Landry right there, sitting in 6th. 8th place, you got old Mr. Showstopper himself, Delonte Ballard, that 21st Slam Twitch machine. Check that guy out if you love the if you love drumming and music. Check him out, man, on Twitch, man. Slam right there. Sitting in 7th place, another SRA guy in the FedEx. He's definitely delivering packages tonight. Nick Northrup, and he's right, started 17th, currently sitting in 7th. 9th place, man, Tom Whitmore, the Dre broadcast machine. Well, I'll tell you, he's had his hands full all night long, but he's sitting there in the 9th place spot right now. 10th place behind him, Steve Landry. He's the other part. Got the Under Armour machine out there, sitting in 10th. 11th place, Ariotti, calling the Hitman. They brought him over from SRA here to do great things, and he's definitely doing it right now, sitting in 11th. 12th place, behind him, Mr. Popular himself. Everybody loves him. He's popular. Man out here, man's doing everything he can, sitting in 12th. He started in 22nd. That's Tyler Sifford. 14th place, Mike Franklin. He just got passed right there. Jeffrey Applegrin. That man's grinning up there in the duck machine. And he's sitting in 13th spot right now. 15th place, the other Dre Broadcast Network machine out there. Mason Weitzel, not the night he's wanted. Started 4th, sitting in 15th right now. 16th place, One hair flying in the wind. Nick Hunt. My bad. Got caught up in a wreck earlier on there. The 00 Phoenix Society machine sitting in 16th, 17th place. Old Richie Evans here looking good. The Mobile 1. 18th place. Mr. Extreme himself, Mike Rominger. He's out there doing some great things in that 9 machine. 19th place. Old Mark Bratchard looking good in that machine he's got there. The real life graphics design style machine, the 38, sitting in 19th and 20th. On pit road, Shaquille O'Reilly's getting his pit stop done. Right behind them, Vern Bradley, 21st spot on the old veterans here in the snap-on machine. James Thorndike all tore up. Saw him get involved in a earlier wreck earlier on. One lap down. David Shutt blew up, sitting on pit road, 23rd. And we got one guy out of the race in 24th. That's Michael R. Muller. Because then we just take it all the way back up front to this man. Leading it all, 17 seconds ahead. The second place man, Ryan Cobb. Jake Nichols out front here at Watkins Glen. Well, that'll show us our network rundown order. Nice paint jobs and nice cars out there, Ethan.
Yes, sir. I'm obviously going to be partial to that 7, like I said, because I created it. Not my best one for sure. I didn't have the time I wished I'd had, but definitely some good looking paint schemes, and always fun to go look out there and look at the paint schemes of the week. I like graphic design a lot, and I like making paint schemes, and I like seeing these a lot.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Definitely some nice looking ones out there. Guys take pride in what they do. Well, the field has gotten spread out very, very heavily due to some green flag pit stops and whatnot here, which I mean is only kind of pit stops is going to be. There is no full course caution. I don't even know if iRacing actually throws a local yellow or whatnot.
Yeah, it will.
Okay.
It doesn't mean anything though. It just means look out. I think the driver would do that anyway, but yeah.
No, okay. All right. Well, probably one of the best battles right now is between Ariotti and actually Tyler Sifford. They're still locked up side by side right now. I appreciate it there, Alexander. And Texas voice stream. Well, I'm not from Texas, from North Carolina, but either way, I appreciate it, man. It's awesome.
I don't know if you see the YouTube chat. I'm sure you do, but
I do.
Is John serious? Does this channel turn 1-year-old tomorrow?
It does. Actually, 1-year-old is tomorrow. Is actually December 1st. It's when we started it all here at OSR Network, and I want to appreciate everybody support out there, from the leagues to the viewers to everyone, the drivers out there who have made the success here. I don't take a lot of credit for doing it, just bring the content here. And you know, we started with 36 viewers, and in a year's time we've made an awesome goal. I think we're up to 924 or whatnot. But not only that, Ethan, you know, we bring the broadcast here. We started, man, from the humble beginnings. I still stay humble on it. But, you know, we're on YouTube, Twitch, and then also Facebook Live. So we got a lot of people watch on that side, too. So definitely, man, it's interesting at all.
It's fun to think about the times when you were, that was before when you were OSRN and you were part of one of your other companies. But great to see this channel grow. Happy to say I've run OSRN on the car a couple times. Not as much as I have, not as much as Jake for sure, but definitely fun to be a part of, and I'm glad I get to be a part of it.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. As always, appreciate all the guys' support, all the viewers out there, and you know, these drivers out here definitely put on a great show week in and week out. Love doing this stuff, love coming out here calling the races. As you know, it's interesting racing. As we got some green flag stops, these guys are in here, I think, getting their final time here. You see Tom Whitmore there, Stephen Landry out, just to name a few. Jake's probably going to stay out there to the last of the end. But you know, we got a race tomorrow night, so now everybody will definitely get to hear us tomorrow night. We got Talladega, if I'm not mistaken. Now, don't hold me to it. I have to go look at my schedule. But we got Talladega there for the NGRL Show Me the Green K&N cars tomorrow night. We still got to get through this road course race here, because anything can happen. Still a thriller. Jake out front. Eric Tesh has moved up into second spot now. you know, actually passing that man, Ryan Cobb, running him down. So those two cars right there are nose to tail.
So, well, I'll be right back. I'm going to go check on something really quick.
Yeah, go check on that ice cream.
No.
I hear you. Oh, well, as Ethan Man goes and tries to catch on the burglar, I was trying to steal all his ice cream out front. And right now, though, Jake's man got a huge lead over this one. As here we go. I think this is going to be the final time as Eric Tesh rides her on down into pit road. He brings Ryan Cobb along with him. So those two are making their pit stop early. See if they can't make up any time here. And I'm going to just watch them here. That's why I'm interested to see if they take tires. With 18 laps to go, I'm going to say that they're going to about have to. If they would have went in later on, maybe not, but yeah.
I'm getting reports from secret sources. I'm sure you can tell who the secret sources are. That everybody will have to pit one more time, unless you're pitting now, obviously. Definitely going to have to be a two, I believe 3-stop race if for some drivers, but 2 to 3 stops for sure.
Well, as you were saying that, Eric Tesh and Ryan Cobb just made their pit stops, put 4 tires and fuel on it. They're good to go to the end because we know they can make it 18 more laps. Jake is yet to come in the pits, and so is Dylan Landry. So,
I'm doing my pit reporting job while in the booth.
There you go, man. Pit roading it around here. Well, Alexander can always jump over onto the YouTube side, man, as always. I can't control a lot, man. It happens on the Facebook Live side. Definitely, man, you have a lot more options on the YouTube side. And plus, you can hit Twitch also, too.
Yes, sir. And we're coming down here. We got about 18 laps to go. I believe 17. Yeah, 17 for the leader, Jake Nichols. And Jake Nichols is coming out of pit road right now.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Definitely one of these things, man. These guys are doing a fantastic job right now. Yeah. Might be a strategy call there, Ian.
Who did?
Eric Tesh and Ryan Cobb.
That's interesting. Trying to get a little bit of time on Jake, I guess. I don't know if that'll work out at the line. Last time Jake had a 44-second lead. I don't have updated on the spot thing like you do, I believe, but I don't think, unless Jake wrecks or gets a penalty somehow, I don't think anybody's going to be able to beat him.
Going to be very tough. I like what you just said. It's one of those things, man, is if anybody can, you know, they're going to have to run him down. Or, like you said, make a mistake.
Yeah, and I know it's possible, but I'm going to sound like I'm doing stuff for Jake. But Jake doesn't make mistakes often. I wish he did, because that would make these races more interesting. Not that they're already interesting, but these are already interesting for sure. But racing with Jake gets boring because he never makes a mistake and he just runs away from you. But as much as good as friends with him as I am, I'd definitely like to see him make a mistake and get this interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've still got Eric Tesh right here in second spot. He's looking very good so far. Ryan Cobb right there in third. Bobby Chaney's moved it up in the fourth. Old Bryce Senesac right there behind him. So there's a good battle between fourth and fifth place.
Yes, sir. Bobby Chaney and Bryce Senesac go. Good battle here. I'm sure that's not the only battle, but we only got 4 eyes and 2 monitors for it, so sure we can't see all of them at once, as it looks like lap card Nick Hunt might try to help his teammate out. Bryce Senesac being his teammate, might try to help him and set a pick for Bobby Chaney. Good battles all the way around the track for sure.
Well, right now, man, you got to look at it this way. They are definitely running. They got around Nick Hunt right there. Bobby Chaney's got his hands full with Bryce Senesac all over his back end, coming out of the last turn. spun the tires just a little bit there. And old Jonathan out there said, anybody looking for a good paint job on iRacing? Check out the Colby's eye paint. So there you go. Give me a shout out there, Joshua. Tom Whitmore, man, he's having his hands full with that car.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's having their hands full with this car. Some might be showing it more than others, and that's what makes this race track so fun. You got to wheel it. You can't ever slack off here. And I agree with John. I want to see the boot run here in the Cup cars. That would be really fun to watch.
The what? Oh, the boot.
The boot.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, you know, GT3 style cars normally run the boot and whatnot. So forth, and some of the other ones, but yeah, that would be interesting. Actually add on to it a little bit as we're watching this battle between Bryce Senesac and actually Bobby Chaney here. Yeah, the boot would be interesting because that would make a whole new scenario to it there a little bit.
Third, Tom Wetmore can see who is that in front of him. Sorry,
Nick Hunt. Well, Tom's a lap down, if I'm not mistaken. He's having his hands full with that car.
Oh, so that battle between Tom and Nick would be for position.
Absolutely. Well, we see David Schutt's back out on the track. Hopefully that thing, man, hangs on to the end here. But yeah, you're watching that battle between Tom Whitmore there. I'm still watching this battle here between position here for the fourth place. Actually, Bryce Senesac's not letting up on the back end of Bobby Chaney, but it's been a good battle between those two. Look how close they are coming out of the carousel there. Wow, he was just chewing up the rear bumper of that machine.
I'm looking at the history of Watkins Glen International right now. Sorry if I'm not talking.
History? All right.
I'm looking at the, with the boot, it's not really history, I'm just looking at the configurations. With the boot, the track would be 3.33, or 3.377 miles. I'm looking for the Cup layout.
Cup layout, yeah, it's a little shorter.
I want something around 2 miles, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it might be. I'm not 100% on it, but and I do know, time-wise, obviously these guys are running 111s around this place in the Cup car. To give you kind of an idea, a GT3 style car runs with the boot around about 144 to 142. To give you an understanding around here now, and everybody's like, well, darn, that wouldn't be as fast. That's about as fast as what the Cups are. The thing about a GT3 car is they handle a lot better. They're almost like an on-rail style car. So the handling of them, they don't have the horsepower that a Cup car has. A lot of those cars are restricted to 500, 550 horses, but the handling characteristics of one of those machines, they would definitely outhandle one of these Cup cars, just flat out destroy them in a turn. And that's where the biggest major difference between a GT3 or GTE style car as opposed to like a Cup style car on this style track.
Yeah, two completely different cars. Both are fun to drive. I've gotten to drive both in sim, and they're both fun to drive. They're both a handful, but GT3 cars definitely drive a little bit better than these Cup cars do. Yeah,
no doubt about it. Well, everybody's made 2 pit stops here. We got 12 to go. Jake's out front, 22 seconds ahead right now of Eric Tesh, who was sitting in the second place spot. Ryan Cobb right there in third. Bryce Senesac sitting in fourth. Bobby Chaney rounds out the top 5. So it looks like Bryce was able to get around him, able to make that pass. Them two was actually, now you got Nick Northrup battling it out there with Bobby Chaney, looking to maybe try to take that 5th place spot away as Bobby's having his hands full with that car all of a sudden.
I don't think it's all of a sudden. It might be a little more visible now. I mean, I keep saying it, but this track is just so difficult. Really hard to drive, and it's fun to watch, fun to race it, but it's definitely tough to drive. But it doesn't help when he's got that 154 of Nick Northrup breathing down his neck and going to his inside down the front stretch.
Absolutely not. Definitely right there looking on the inside. Going to overtake him going into turn one. Takes that braking point along. So Nick Northrup pulls up the 5th place there and takes that spot away from Bobby Cheney and looks good doing it. So Bobby pulls back to 6th. So right now you got Jake out front, Eric Tess sitting in 2nd, Ryan Cobb sitting in 3rd, Bryce Senesack in 4th, Nick Northrup is in 5th, Bobby Cheney in 6th, Dylan Landry there in 7th, Delonte Ballard in 8th, Ariati man sitting in 9th. Around the top 10, oh look at Tyler Sifford that moved up to top 10.
Sorry, I had to add that little comment to what John said there about where we are in New York. Great run by Tyler Sifford tonight, top 10. I believe Tyler finished 10th in the Xfinity Series last night, so 2 top 10s in a row would be great for him, help him in the point standings. But a lot of people are doing really well. Mason Wetzel not having the night he wanted, neither is anybody really that's not in the top 10, but a lot of cars that we expected to be up front still are. I mean, that top 3, as they run, I believe, is the same order in which they qualified. So, yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. You know, and also, man, want to bring our hearts and thoughts and prayers out there to a man that's not out here running tonight. John T. Wimbish. I got to shout this out to him. I know why he's not here tonight. His father's dealing with a very serious case of cancer and whatnot, and he's caring for him right now. So definitely want to keep our thoughts and prayers with him. Not out here tonight; he's with his family. So, John, if you're listening out there, man, you know, definitely understand why you're not here, and wish you the best out there for your dad and all the family that is around him and whatnot. And we're still thinking about you, and hopefully everything, man, turns out good. And you know, definitely, you know, take your time on that end, but thought we'd shout that out because, you know, we was talking about guys that weren't here tonight. That was another one that not in the field here that normally runs the Cup Series here on Thursdays, and good reason why. But hey, still a good race so far. Tyler Sifford's hanging on to that 10th place spot. Ariati's right there in 9th.
Yeah, and Tyler Sifford doing a good job running behind in the top 10. Not that far behind Ariati. Looks like we could have another battle brewing here soon between them. Got a quick talk in with him there earlier in the race, and he said he'd love that battle with Ari, so hopefully we can see another one like that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Definitely. Well, we got Bryce Senesack right here, man, pulling around. Ryan Cobb still up front. I just don't know if Bryce definitely doesn't have enough. I don't think he's got enough time with 8 laps to go to run him down. The difference between those is almost, my calculations are right, about 20-some seconds different between them right there. The biggest battle, I mean, really, I don't even think, man, Ryan's got enough time to run down Eric Tesh. Jake would just have to have a disaster. I mean, don't ever want to give anybody, man, a race, but he's 24 seconds ahead, folks, right now. I appreciate it, cameraman, as always, and I appreciate everybody's coming in. So, some of the best battles out here. I mean, I got 8 guys on the lead lap, so Jake's going through the field pretty good. Delonte Ballard sitting in that 8th place spot right now.
Yeah, he is. And this isn't. I can't believe I'm saying this. This isn't Jake's biggest margin of victory here. I believe he may have won by 1 lap here at one point. I don't know if that's accurate. I want to say he won by 1 whole lap at one point. Before. I don't know if that's accurate, but I'll go check. I'll do some research.
Yeah, we'll do some research. All right, well, I've got all the archives for the races. I'd have to go back to each one of them and look, but definitely something to be interesting to see on it. But you know, we said time to time, it's probably one of Jake's favorite tracks. He loves coming here, and it's his only track here, I believe, that he is undefeated at in Extreme Motorsports 99.com. So definitely, and yeah, Bitcoin. Yeah, I like investing in that stuff too, by the way. Well, as Ethan's doing research here looking through this field here because got 7 to go. Mason Weitzel's been able to pull it back up to 14th place. Now the Dre broadcast machine there, he's 1 lap down. Just past old Tom Whitmore, who's sitting in the 15th place spot. With Nick Hunt sitting in 16th. Ryan Evans there, he's first man 2 laps down in 17th. Kind of really spread out back here. Still got a good battle though back here. Mike Romanger's right there on the back end of the 4, which would actually be a battle for position. So he actually could leapfrog up there and maybe get one more. And actually, I think they're actually near the Tom Whitmore machine. So it's going to be a close one right here.
I'll admit I was wrong. His biggest margin of victory here is only 33 seconds.
That's close to one though. I mean, that's close.
Yeah,
I mean, either way, he loves the track, man. He loves coming out here. We got a lot of great competitors that come here week in and week out that run this place. So definitely is awesome. Hey, what's up, Travis out there? How you doing? '08. The 08? Who's in the 08? I don't see an 08. We got 09. You see an 08 out here?
No.
No? Travis, who you out there? Who you talking about? 08. You talking about the 9 machine? He's just waiting for the 4 to make a mistake because we're all watching this battle. That's Richie Evans right there in the 17th place. Mike Romanger right there in 18th place. And Mike's right there on his back end.
Yeah, they've been running together. They are teammates. They've been bumper to bumper this whole race, more or less. I believe the whole race. I'm partial to that pour scheme. My favorite driver is Kevin Harvick in the NASCAR circuit. I'm going to get a lot of hate for that, but I really like that paint scheme, the blue and green. Actually, yeah, that is Harvick's paint scheme.
Yeah, Mobile 1 machine.
He ran multiple Mobile 1 schemes this year. He ran that one, Kurt Busch ran that one as well, and he ran the blue and red one, which he won twice in. So.
Well, I like the manufacturers in. Don't really care for the driver too much. Never liked Tony Stewart to begin with, anyways. But
driver's not Tony Stewart, all right. The team owner's Tony Stewart.
I know, but it's still Tony Stewart.
He
I
was
didn't
also
like Kevin
my favorite driver before he retired.
I really didn't like Kevin Harvick either. I mean, I didn't like him, but I do like the manufacturer. Like Kurt Busch, no man. You know, what was it, Kyle Busch? No, Kurt Busch. Yeah, Kurt Busch.
You better not. I was gonna say.
Nah, I'm not a big Toyota guy. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're cool. Now, I'm a Ford man through and through. I do like Joey Logano, and a lot of people don't like him, but you know, I like him. It's my youngest one jumps up and down, likes him. So, but yeah, you got to look too. The guys that I used to pull for, they don't race anymore. Bill Elliott and all them guys. I mean, they're old timers.
Yeah, they're starting to all retire and drop like flies now soon. Yeah, it's. But yeah, I like. My dad used to work for Home Depot, and that's when he got into NASCAR. So we were big Tony Stewart fans. Still are. I'm just a Stewart-Haas racing fan. It doesn't matter. But yeah, Stewart-Haas racing until I die, pretty much.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm loyal. I've been a big Cole Custer fan, so I was really excited in Homestead. They did well this year with that switch to Ford. I wasn't expecting that, but Joshua, I need help for that too, dude. I'm not ready for that race.
Sonoma in the trucks. Yeah, that one's going to be a trip. Good luck. Sonoma is actually more of a technical style. I will say this: Sonoma's more technical than what Watkins Glen would be. And when I say that, every road track is a technical track. But when I say that is you're more on and off the gas, through the gears, and turning. It's more about hitting your marks and hitting your points. Here, you have straightaways that are long. You're able to get some speed up and whatnot. So it's not as bad here. You can get more momentum. Why? Sonoma, yeah, you're going to have to really hit those braking points and hit your marks a lot better at that style track. So that's the biggest difference between there and here.
Yeah, they're both great racetracks. I'm better here than Sonoma. I'm not great at either, but definitely better here than I am at Sonoma, so I'll definitely have to get my practice in.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, man, I hope everybody's enjoying it. Definitely been having fun out here watching this race. We got 3 laps to go. It's been a good one so far, man. It's up front. Jake, he's going through lap traffic right now. What's up, Robert? How you doing out there, man? He's going through lap traffic. Good old Robert, yeah, Racing Freak, Sim Racing League, sponsored by Stock Car Racing Experience, out there in the chat.
Jake Nichols blowing through these lap cars like it's nothing. Winding down here, 4 laps to go, 3 to go at the line. It's been a fun race. It's been a quick race like this one always is.
3 to go at the line. We got a white flag coming to the line.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's 54. I was thinking it's 56. Wow, my bad.
No. He comes through the bus stop for the one of the final times here, but he comes through the carousel here to take the a couple more turns, and he'll take that white flag. And what we're going to do is we're going to ride along here with Jake on the final time around this track.
And I believe my sim just froze.
Oh,
I'll have to restart that real quick.
Here we go. Well, Jake's coming out of last turn here, folks. They take the white flag one more time, but we're going to ride here along with him on the inside cockpit view as he heads into turn 1, down into the shift in the turn of second gear. Goes easily through the gear or through the throttle right there as he heads through the S's up the hill. You got to be very careful up here. Be light on the throttle, kind of. Don't want to get too heavy on it. You see a man mash it down, going up through there. Now he stamps into the 4th gear, and he's all the way to the floor, down the short chute, heading into the bus stop. Got to be careful of the lap cars here. Boom, in 3rd, down in the 2nd. Very easy in there as he hits the rumble strips just right. Lets that thing glide through it as he comes out of the bus stop, heading through the long sweeping right-hander here, the carousel, as he's down in the 2nd gear. Lets it coast out, let that thing get straight, squared up. Then he hammers the thing down to the floor. Makes it heading through the gears. It's in the 3rd, down in the 4th. One more time, heavy on the binders, back down to 2nd here. Let's get in this sweeping left-hand turn here as they'll head off into the last turn. He'll shift it into, stays in the 2nd. Coming around here, gets it one more time out of the final turn here. Riding along with the leader, Jake Nichols, as he heads up to the gears. In the 3rd, takes the checkered flag here at Watkins Glen. Ethan, there he goes, right along with him. Definitely, man, is a awesome run here tonight.
Yeah, it is another dominating performance here from Jake. Still a whopping, what is that? Is that 5 for 5 now from the Glen?
Your guess as good as mine. We'll have to ask him when he gets up here.
I think I counted. I'm pretty sure it's 5 for 5 now.
All right, yeah, I'm not 100% sure, man, because I'm going to tell you, I lose track. I won so many of them. But, man, a fantastic race from the green flag to the checkered here. All these guys did an awesome job out here running. Don't care who it was. Definitely every one of these guys out here put on a fantastic show. And again, look at that, though. In 2nd place, Eric Tesh. And in 3rd, Ryan Cobb. Hey, he lived up to the hype. He said he was going to come out here and finish good, and he did. Come out of here with a good 3rd place finish for the first time being here.
Yes, sir, he did. A top 3 finished exactly how they qualified. Jake really put a whooping on the rest of the field, a minute ahead of 4th across that line. Kyler Siffords finishing P10, Delonte Ballard in P8, Bobby Chaney in 6th, Nick Northrup in 5th, his first race here in a while as a stand-in. Bryce Sinisak finishes 4th, and Jake Nichols going to do his burnout in turn 1.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, I'll tell you what here, folks, I'm going to bring up the man who finished 3rd. Let's get talking with him, Ryan Cobb.
Well, Ryan Cobb, you finished 3rd. I believe, is this your 2nd top 3 finish in a row now?
Yes, sir. We finished 2nd place there at Atlanta last time out, 3rd place this time.
2nd. I'm sorry about that. You were really excited for this race. You couldn't quite get to Jake. How did it feel to you during this race?
I mean, you gotta be happy with the result. At first, you gotta want to make sure the UCF Night Rick Tech car was up there all night. We did what we accomplished to be up at least and get a good points day, but overall, thank my team Corgi team there, Dylan Landry, Stephen Landry, Shaquille O'Reilly, but frustrating day overall. It was really the setup was just not good. The one that iRacing provided, it just really makes it difficult when you can't get the power down at all, and anytime you get beat the whole field pretty much gets lapped, you know, by 30, 35 or more seconds. It's just a little frustrating. So, you know, overall, again, good finish with the points, but just it was a frustrating day.
Yeah, for sure. You're still good. Good race out there. You're in third, pretty much the whole race. You were in second for a little bit. How are the battles? How is the car when it was side by side and when you were racing each other?
I mean, it was really tough out there, and you know, I don't know what was going on in race control tonight, but you know, the driver chat got muted for half the race. So you couldn't communicate with anybody out there. You know, you couldn't let the lap cars know you're coming. They couldn't tell you to pass by, so it was really just sketchy the whole night. You couldn't be around anyone, you know, super close because you couldn't communicate with them. So again, that just adds to the frustration as well too. So I don't know what's going on up there, but it just made for a really, really frustrating race.
Well, like you said, you finished P3rd. You got to be happy with that result. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, just you guys at OSRN always put on a great broadcast for us. I sure looked that up for the fans. Sorry we couldn't do better for them. But again, shout out to the UCF Knights. Rick Car, sponsor of the sports car series here at Extreme Motorsports. Got a shout out to those guys. Awesome series. Check us out on Monday nights. And Corgi team, man, we keep on coming on strong. I think we got 3 people in the top 15, so we're gonna make that push here.
All right, like I said, congrats again. Definitely gonna make your way as all 3 of you hunt for the chase. Good luck the rest of the season.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that's old Ryan Cobb right there. Definitely been living up to the hype, and he had a good run here tonight here at Watkins Glen, finishing that thing in the 3rd. Well, let's bring up our 2nd place man, who was 2nd last night. Eric Tesh, Iceman from the Netherlands. Good finish for him.
Well, Eric Tusk, you finished 2nd, not without having to drive your way through the field. Had a little bit of contact there on lap 1. How was the car when you tried to get back up through the field?
Well, the tires were a little bit toasty because, you know, you spun around trying to get back on the track. You spin your wheels, a lot of tire hitting. So the first few laps were really sketchy. But somehow they figure out. I figured some way out to get some life in them. And yeah, from there on we passed people all the way. And I was lucky to get in top 5. Didn't expect to go to the top 3 eventually. Some people make mistakes and I will take some chances, and somehow I finished 2nd.
You did a great job driving through that field. Ryan Cobb said it was a little frustrating night. The setup wasn't as good as he would have liked it, and then race control muting the Chad and whatnot. How was the race? How was the car? How was everything?
Well, I don't. The setup was fine. I think you know, it was a little bit on the loose side, but that was fine. Some people didn't have really much patience, so didn't I. On some people, I was really sorry on them. But you know, it was all a mind game, and I just lost for myself. So I was mad in turn 1. You know, but a lot of people just lose their how you call it? Their mind, and just dive on people, and there we go.
Well, 2nd place, still can't be too mad about that. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Second, Ethan? Sure.
Still can't be mad about a 2nd place finish. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I want to thank Berlin SimSport, my main team. I want to thank Runtime GTD, SimTech, SimLab, and Race Track Card.
Alright, well, congrats again on the 2nd place. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right, Ethan, that's old Eric Tesh, Iceman from the Netherlands, coming home here in 2nd place tonight. Definitely looked good doing it there, too. Well, we'll head off down to Victory Lane here and get a talk in with Jake Nichols. Winner tonight here, Watkins Glen. Jake, Joe out in the booth, got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, I tell you what, well, that undefeated streak here at Watkins Glen continues here tonight, because you pulled it off here at Watkins Glen International Speedway for ExtremeMotorsports99.com Cup Series. How was the car? How was the track out there?
It was really good. Car was a rocket ship. We just set sail. I wish Eric didn't get wrecked there, but I guess it's racing. People trying to be aggressive in a turn 1. It's still lap 1 though, so I don't know about being that aggressive, but he still ran a great race after that. He still got 2nd. The track was great. I started figuring out the bus stop more and more. That's always my best section on this track, and it was a little different this time around, but we gained that knowledge back like 5 laps into the race and just nailed it from then on. So other than that, the car was a dream, that's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Definitely, you had the field covered up front there. And just unfortunately there with Eric, I mean, he was able to battle back, get back up to second place. Just didn't have enough time to get back up to you. Obviously, no cautions here on this full course, so no way to make up that deficit once you lose that kind of time. But hey, a lot of guys were telling us that the setup was really loose. I mean, what did you feel like the car was?
It had that looseness in it, but it also had the tightness in it. It was kind of a mixture, in my opinion. It was more snug than last night, especially that last run. That last run, I just went all out. I was trying to catch Delonte. I wanted to pass him, but he was catching up to Dylan, and I didn't want to bother their battle. Anytime I'd catch someone tonight, I was trying to be really too nice to him, just because this is kind of a track that you just want to focus and be on your own. So I think, yeah, it was pretty good though. It was pretty loose, but it's kind of like how I like it. Loose, not too loose, but just enough where you could drive it and drive the wheels off of it, and that's what it was tonight for me. That's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You definitely did drive the wheels off that thing. But hey, pulled it off in victory lane tonight here at Watkins Glen. 2 weeks, we go to Richmond. What do you feel about that track?
I've been pretty good there. I don't think I won last season, but we got wrecked there and came back and still got second. So hopefully more of the same. We're going to try to tie the 7-in-a-row record here in the Cup Series that I put down my first season here. So hopefully we can win next week, tie that, and look forward to try to beat it and get 8.
Absolutely, definitely on the roll, man. Well, hey, got anybody out there you want to thank tonight for pulling this thing off in victory lane?
Of course, you guys at OSRN for being on the card and putting on great broadcasts. Everyone that tunes in, all the fans that tune in each and every week. Everyone at Extreme Motorsports 99, all the drivers, all the admins, and Rick. Amazing races from last night to tonight. And again, you and Ethan up here doing the broadcast.
Man, as always, appreciate it, man. And awesome to see you out there running, and along with all the other guys. Great competition, like you say. Well, folks, there you go. Winner tonight here at Watkins Glen International Speedway. We call him the Superman, Jake Nichols.
Thanks.
All right, well, tell you what, Ethan, right there, we had it covered here tonight coming in, and his undefeated streak stays alive here at Watkins Glen. Awesome streak there to know that coming in here is one of your tracks that you're very, very good at. But hey, got any final words out there, Ethan?
It was a great race, like both Watkins Glen races were. Looked like fun. Wish I could have been out there, but you know, I had fun up here with y'all all night. Thanks to everybody who comes out, watches the stream. Wouldn't be nearly as fun if we had nobody to do it with, or if we had nobody watching, but it's been a great race. I can't wait for next week.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We're off next week. Got 2 weeks, and we'll definitely be back here. But tomorrow night, like I said, we got the NGRL, Show Me the Green, K&N Series. Tune in to them tomorrow night. That's everyone. Appreciate y'all coming in here tonight watching this awesome race here at Watkins Glen. Everyone, have a good night.